but we let the Betty stack. I'm the pimpin' Tim Cook, you know, a certified Mac. Every time I touch the track, it's a certified slap.
So I've been listening to you, watching you since you submitted some music into the radio station recently. And of course, the first thing I noticed was your style, right? So you live in Virginia, but of course you have like more of a Bay Area style too. And I see all the comments coming in, they're like, "Oh, too short," you know, and all this kind of stuff. So, are you originally from the Bay, or do you have an influence in the Bay? Or?
No, I'm from Virginia. I'm from the 757 area. You know, like Timberland, Pharrell, Missy Elliott, that area. But I've always listened to West Coast music, be either Bay Area or LA, you know. So I've been rapping like ever since I could talk. And I've been writing raps ever since I could write. So I've been doing this even before it was cool to be a rapper. You know, now everybody can, you know, go buy a Focusrite Scarlett and, you know, get a DistroKid subscription and you're a rapper. But when I first started, I was getting it out the mud. I'm talking Dat Piff and, you know, before even SoundCloud was a thing. So yeah.
Were you actually like pushing CDs and stuff in the parking lots, or did you ever do that?
So I did used to try to push my CDs. Like before, well, you know, I was always rapping, but like before I started selling my own personal CDs, I was like the only person in my neighborhood that could burn CDs. So everybody used to come to me for like the CDs for their parties. So that's how I got my start selling CDs.
Okay.
I'm here, you know, like whenever my number is called, I'm next man up. Yeah. So I just got reached out to perform in France.
France?
So,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really doing a lot of shows in my city or my state because I feel like I've done all that here. So for me, I'm just, you know, waiting for the bookings and the paperwork to be right and all that so I can start hitting the road. I released my first official album in 2017, so it's been almost 10 years. So through Shane Manson, that's how I kind of got introduced to Vegas, by working with Shane and Joe Fresco. So they originally brought me out to Vegas last year, and we did the Mappas in the House video while I was out there. And then most recently, I went out there, I would say in March, and shot some more content. So Vegas has been like a second home for me so far, you know, even though Oakland wants to adopt me.
What do you think about that gatekeeping?
Well, me and my guys, we talk about this kind of thing all the time. You know, at one point, for me, it's kind of like on and off because it's like, I know people are watching me and I know they're like, you know, they just aren't interacting with me all the time. So it's kind of like, you know, a little weird when you know that there are people with eyes on you that could actually help you, but they just stay silent.
Right.
But me personally, I don't let that kind of thing get to me because I've been doing it so long and I've been doing it through up, down, you know. So for me, I'm gonna do it regardless. Like whether I get validation from somebody or not. I mean, for me, I got a lot of fans now that I do it for. So at this point, it's like, you know, gatekeepers, they can't really keep you from anything as far as like, we live in a time where you can reach anybody from anywhere. I'm literally living proof of that. I live in Virginia and I'm able to have my music played all over the world. So, you know, gatekeepers don't really exist to me, you know.
They don't affect you.
For me, the obstacle has always been financial, you know, money. Money is power in this business. So for me, I haven't always been able to, have the money to pay for things. So I had to learn how to do things. So for me, like every song you ever hear me on, I mix and master it myself, because when I was growing up, I couldn't afford to go to the studio. So I became a studio. Music videos. I don't really do a lot of music videos because I couldn't afford to do music videos. So what I could afford is my phone, and I just use that. So really, that's why I say gatekeeping really don't exist as long as you have the ability or the desire to learn skills. It's been amazing, and I've been doing things I never thought possible. I've been selling a lot of physical CDs, which I thought was passe, but apparently is still in motion. So I want to thank everybody for buying the CDs. I recently made the vinyls available, so if people would like to purchase a vinyl, they can come do that as well. And then the merch. People have been buying my Make America Player Again merch and the World Trade Center merch. So a lot of support. All of my stuff is for sale on worldtradecenter.com.
In the next 5 years or so, where do you want to be with your career?
5 years. It's hard to say because, this is a very volatile business. But my goal in this is to reach the currency level. If I can, live off of my music and not have to go to work, and I can drive the kind of cars I like to drive and smoke the amount of Doja I like to smoke, and that's enough for me. I'm not some guy that's trying to live in a giant mansion, and I don't need all that. I'm a very simple man. I got a 3-year-old son. That's it for me. It's over with.
That's it. That's enough, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it hard for you to balance everything that you have, with like your personal life and your journey with your art?
It's a little hard, but it's not impossible. I'm doing what I'm doing while also managing that as well. So it's something that can definitely be done if you have just a little bit of help, because I got a little bit of help, but not a lot. So
you're a totally independent artist, right? You mentioned that you mix, master, you make your own music, you do everything on your own.
Right. Yeah. The only thing I don't do is make beats, and so I've been getting beat submissions by the day to my email, but I've been working with a few producers that are really good at what they do, like Bass Beats. Me and Bass Beats have an album coming out soon. I do a lot of work with L Fingers. He's really dope. Yeah, I'm willing to. It's just hey, I still gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, so, exactly.
When I can stop having to go to work in the morning, y'all got me.
What advice do you have for the kids that are starting out, the band lab rappers,
So my advice is really just, the things that people made us believe was important when we first started doing this are not as important as you thought. Music videos are not important. The best mix and master is not important. What is important is shooting content and getting in front of as many people as possible and not stopping. I took a little hiatus when my son was born, and that's probably the worst thing I could have did, because I feel like I would have been further than I am now, earlier. But it did allow me to, take an inventory on everything and, get my style perfected. Because even though I stopped putting music out and I stopped performing, I never stopped making music. So, it gave me the ability to polish my skills. But I tell my cousin the other night, I was telling him, you got all these songs. It doesn't even have to be a new song. I got 8 albums out. All these songs that I'm putting videos behind, like reels and stuff, are not new. They're songs from 2, 3, 4 years ago that I have the ability to reach in my catalog, shoot a video to, and the world has never seen it or heard it. So it's like introducing somebody to something that they haven't experienced yet.
It's new to them. And I was watching some of your videos, and like, you're right. Like you use a lot of just like in front of your car, or like in front of a building or whatever, and it comes out great. And that's really all you need, right? You're just doing it for content promotion.
Right, exactly.
So you don't have to go spend thousands of dollars.
Not at all. Never.
Yeah.
I'm accessible to the people. So if I got an album coming out, which it could be soon, I got, something happening, a show, a tour, anything, the people will know about it immediately. I'm very, I'm not afraid to turn the camera on and be like, hey, y'all, I got the CDs coming, I got the shirts coming, the hats coming, I got the show coming, so, and a lot of people a lot of times ask me, or they'd say, hey, we want to see you in Phoenix, or we want to see you in Napa Valley. These are just a couple examples that, I've seen recently.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all have the, if y'all want to book me for anywhere in the country, I'm there, so don't ever think that I'm not trying to come do it. I just, just put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm Czar Nicholas, and I am here on the roster. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Czar.